Hello everybody, Cyan Crocomire here with a video that I was not expecting to make. So, this is a little creation I created about maybe a week ago. Its name is Drone 7. Its name is that because it is a combination of 7 drones. So, a while back, after I had made the regular drones of Vitoa, I had mentioned that I wanted to make drones of protectors, and then I did that, and they didn't come out very well, and so then I said in like a channel announcement, I think, that I wasn't going to be doing them. Well, I did them, and they can form with Drone of Ekimu into Drone 7. And Drone 7 is a combiner model. So as you can see, we have an ice drone and a water drone as legs. We have an earth drone and a fire drone as the body, and we have a stone drone and a jungle drone as the arms. And I thought they came out pretty well. The other reason why, okay. What am I trying to say here? The reason I didn't expect to be making this, well, one, because I gave up on the mini drones, the protector drones, and two, because I wanted the next video I was going to do to be a FNAF world, because I only, I don't have much left. I just have to get coffee, which I did, and then beat the game. And beating the game is easier said than done. I have tried this stupid final boss for so long, and I have not gotten anywhere. I've changed up my team, I've gotten new members, I've leveled up a ton. It's not going very well. So I decided, well, since I'm not beating that thing anytime soon, might as well record a video. So this is a video of Drone 7 that I'm doing a lot earlier than I expected. But yeah, here he is. So this is him in his combined state. Let me move the camera forward. Let's take them apart, shall we? Alright, and there they all are. And I'll be showing you how to build every one of them, and then going through that entire process in reverse so that you can put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Hooray. Alright, so I'm going to start off with a fire guy. First, you take your protector body, and all of these pieces are from a protector of fire. Each of the pieces, for all of them, only from the protectors. I did have the protector parts and the Vitoa parts in a mixed bag, but I had the instructions with me, so I made sure that every part I used was only on the protector. Anyways, so you have orange armor, go on the back, and you take this piece, the little black pin in it, stick it on there. That's so that you can connect to the earth drone, which you saw earlier. And then put the hand on there like that with a right axle. Then you have a ball joint and a helmet. Put it on there. And then take one of these little tiny voice crack, tiny limbs. Put your foot on it. And then you take one of those pieces, one of those pieces. Hand. And then silver armor, orange armor. And then you mirror that. Actually, no, you don't mirror it, you just do it again for the other arm and leg. He's one of the few drones that doesn't have anything special on him. Like pins. You know, like a weird pin somewhere or a weird axle somewhere. Earth Drone and Ekimu don't really have that. Well, no, Earth Drone and Ekimu have it in their hands, but it's symmetrical. So there he is. Alright, next. Next, we have our neck memes. Small body. And these black limbs. And put back armor on it. Ugh. Drone head. Then we take stubby little arm, put chest armor on, because I forgot. Then have a hand, and then you take one of these green lightning bolty fire pieces, 90-degree angle on it, put it in the bottom of the hand like that. So he has pretty cool weapons. Then you do it again for the other arm and weapon. And you also have this, which is a pin connector piece, and you have two half pin, half axles in it. But that on either of the hands, it's just so that they can connect. Then you have black limb, orange limb, foot, orange armor with bulk on the side. And you do it again. Then you have this 4 long axle, and you stick it in one of the feet. And there you go. Stands up just fine. Next! Alright, on to the ice. Just stick the helmet on. Armor on. And for your arms, one of these pieces, armor, hand. Then you do the same for the other arm, except you put a red pin in, red axle. Going down to the foot, also pretty simple. You just put a light blue limb in a silver foot with a 90-degree angle on the left side. Then you put armor on like that. Put it in. Then you do the same thing for the other foot. Notice what I am saying. I did not say mirror it. Keep the 90-degree angle on the same side. You could put it on the opposite side, but it's for balancing reasons for the big Drone 7, so you'd have to change it back anyways, unless you don't want to. But that's how I do it. Anyways, you stick a 3 long axle somewhere, stick a bulk somewhere. And that is another drone done. Next. Alright, next we have the water drone. Armor on like that. Armor on like that. Then you go. Gray limb. Hand with red pin in. And then this, which is a hand connector and a spear. The reason I have this here is because it only, the protector of water came with a grand total of 4 armor shells. So we have 1 for the head, 1 for the body, and 1 for each of the legs. So I needed something else, because originally it had the turbines. Shut up, cat. I have the spears instead. Anyways, you do the same thing, just without the red axle in the hand. Go down here. Foot. Light blue. Thingus. Then you take one of these, which is one of those 3-hole armor connectors, and then you put a half pin half axle and a black pin in, stick it on the side of a foot, and you do the same side thing again, once again for stability, and then you put armor on there, and you stick the bulk on somewhere. Connect there, and connect there. Oh, and you have one of those. Once again for connecting the feet. And there you go. There's another one done. And in the order I have them lined up, for some reason Ekimu's next. Once I just said Ekimu is the exact same as in the other video where I made him, except remove the weapons, and you give him these 2 red axles. So next we have our stone guy. Alright, next for the stone drone. Body, neck, helmet. Chest armor, which is this. Put it on there. And you can flip the spikes around, but you're going to have to flip them back around so that looks good on the, it's kind of like a wrist gauntlet thing. And then you take translucent lime green yellow thing, limb, hand, and yeah, they're supposed to not have armor shells on them. As you put one of those lightning bolt fire pieces in there. Then you take this, which is axle connector with a tan half pin half axle in one side, red axle on the other, stick it in there, and then you put in the other arm, and this time you put a pin connector, and you put a blue half pin half axle. I don't think the color matters since you're not going to be turning anything. So you can swap those around if you want to, but whatever. Anyways, other lime, translucent lime yellow thing, limb, short gray limb, foot, armor with spikes going down like that, and talons, which are totally optional, but I think it adds uniqueness. I don't know, the ice, water, and earth drones seem to be more in line with the drones prior. They're more humanoid. They just kind of look like mini soldiers. The green, red, and brown drones, though, they're more like creatures. So, oh, and I messed up on the armor. Whoops. Yeah, they're more like creatures than humanoids, so I think having claws would fit. Anyways, you also put another one of those 4 long axles in the back of the foot, because that's a good place to store it. Yep, there he is. On to the last one. Alright, last one. Protector of Earth. Black helmet, black chest armor, spiky chest armor. Haha. Down the back, take a blue pin, put in the second hole, down, that is, and black one in the third. Like that. That's that it can connect to the red one. It's more orange, really. It doesn't have any red on them. Anyways, purple limb, hand with red axle, armor like that. Do it again. Feet or legs, one tiny arm or one tiny limb, 2 tiny limb, tiny foot. And do it again. And we done. So, with all that out of the way, let me also get some shoelaces out of the shot. We can now proceed to combine them. Combine 7 drones into drone 7. Alright, so I have them situated like they're going to go together. We of course have the head on top, the body, arm, leg. So let's start on the legs. So as you saw earlier, I'm a great camera person, just kick over the entire camera. So as you saw earlier, they're not that hard. Just put the head down, put the bulk on this, so it's kind of like a, I guess, kneecap. I guess the torso would be their knee. Anyways, then you put... Alright, do that. Yep. And then you fold the arms like that. Right? And then feet, you connect. And you put the helmet down. And that's one leg. Really simple. And you pretty much do the same thing for this drone. Put head down, bulk on, arms up like that, and connect feet. And stabilize it. And there you go. Those are the legs. So on top of the legs, we will move on to the body. So as I mentioned earlier, the body, you flip the Earth drone upside down, put his head like that. This is going to become like the stomach. Then you put his arms down like that. And you put the legs in like that. Simple enough. And then you do something along the lines of this with legs. So you have that, do that, nope, do that. At least I think. I don't know, I may have to rewatch the footage of how this guy's built. Or how he's like taken apart. So far I think it's that. Then you take Gorilla Guy and you have the 2 holes on this thing on his back. That's where you want to put the if it'll actually stay put. Anyways, that's where you want to put blue pin, that's where you want to put... Sorry, that's where you want to put blue pin, that's where you want to put black pin. And it'll connect like that. And then his arms, they're very lanky, because you need to put them in like that. And you do the same thing over here. And then his legs, you just fold up. And his head, you put like that. And that is so that it's not gappy in between the stomach and the upper chest where Ekimu is. So this is the body so far. And also the legs, I think... No, the legs actually, voice crack. They go like that. So now, I'm just going to grab Ekimu. And Ekimu, you have to do something like this with him. You put him in a really weird sitting position. Yeah. So it's like that. And then you put the red axles in that axle hole at the back of the foot right there. Go boom, and go boom. Actually, that might not be correct. Alright. Try and position him in front of the fire helmet. You put him down like that, it'll still work. If you put him up like that, it'll also work. And you do want to make sure they are situated like that, though, so that you have another axle pointing up, because we need to connect the arms to this big tower of a thing. So let me go get the arms. Alright, so the arms. So yeah, I'll just take the stone one first. Take his feet. Put it in like that. So that you have a connection that can go here and a connection that can go there. Then you're gonna move his entire thing down and turn his head around so that it looks something like that. And then you're going to bring his arms down and like that, connect the two thingies, and rest his helmet on the bar. And now you have kind of a stabby weapon, like what I have in one of the hands of my Topaz Pohatu. Yeah. Alright, so then you kind of bend it so it's like that, and then you come over here, and then on Ekimu's, let me put the camera down again, on Ekimu's foot, on the remaining axle hole, you put one of the axles, or the end of the axle. Okay. You see that axle hole right there? Make sure that the arm would be bending down and just jam the axle in there. It's hard to show. Okay, no it isn't. But you do that. So now I have this big conglomeration of feet. And the open axle, put Ekimu's hand in. Like that. And there you go. Now it's all connected. So now we have one arm. And the other arm, you do the exact same thing. Except slightly different, because it's a slightly different drone. So, how'd I have it over here? I had, so it is going to go like that. I had which foot on top? This foot would go on top. So the foot with the axle will go on top. So it's like that. Straighten out the legs. Alright, that's true. You should have the limbs point like that. So that way you can move it up and down and stuff. If not, then you can't really do anything with it. But, so you have that. Head around. And then, yes, you are going to have thumbs pointing up. I'd prefer not to do it, but it's either that or I'd have to flip the entire thing. He just kind of wouldn't have his weapons on the lower side of his hand, which would look kind of stupid. So now you take this thing and you do it the exact same way, exact same axle hole on the other foot, and put Ekimu's hand in there. There you go. Alright, now then, the skull spider talons, just try and fold them in. Real nice. As well as you can. And then the shoulders. Alright. I'm hoping that he's going to stand up. He stands up really well on a flat surface, but this is a carpet. I don't have a good table to record at. Alright, I have a table, but there be thing on table. Things, to be precise. And I just try and finagle the arms up, and like that, to give the illusion of a shoulder, even though there really isn't one. And he's not standing up, but that is Drone 7. Just kind of prop him up. Yeah, he's big. That's always what you want if you're going to do something like this, where you have multiple small models connect into a bigger model. You want it to be big. Shut up, cat. Anyways, I should also mention that, what you want to do, if you want to, you can't really do much. You can't bend like this. Of course, I'm doing it now, but that's because I actually broke off one of the feet on this arm. So let me reconnect it, and let me adjust my focus. Is it focusing any better? It's focusing worse, so I don't know. Anyways, but what you can do is you can take these two things and you can twist them in on themselves like that. And then you have a forward motion. I don't know what to call it, but basically you can do that. You can swing with his weapon. Can't really do that without it. You just want to twist the limbs and then he can basically give you a hug. Hug of death. And he can pose okay. His legs also, they can bend. They have articulation. Mainly the arms. So I guess the arms would be more of the this area. That'd be the knee. There are going to be times there are definitely going to be times where some things try to come out, like the hands connecting the legs together, or the feet connecting the shoulders. That's just something that happens a lot of time when you have a lot of weight on a small connection. There's nothing I can really do about that. I tried to make it as solid as possible so it won't come out, but it will. Namely, it's just the feet that connect, or the hands that connect the legs, like these. It's also going to be Ekimu's feet in the other Earth drone's feet. I don't have exact names for them. I know that the top one is Drone of Ekimu, the others are just kind of drones. Because I could name them... I don't know, I don't have exact names for the other drones either. Because they used to be named after their weapons, but after 2016 iterations, they have very different weapons. And we have multiple sword drones. So... I guess they would just be drone of fire, drone of earth, drone of water, etc. Not sure what these guys would be. I could just name them after numbers: drone 1, drone 2, drone 3, drone 4, drone 5, drone 6, and then have the big guy, drone 7. I don't know. If you have name suggestions, feel free to leave them. If you also have any way to improve this MOC, I'm open to suggestion. Feel free to build it yourself. See how it works. I've wanted to do something like this for a long time, of like multiple small things coming together. The first time I saw it was with Dr. Scorpion X and the Ragnarok and Dynamo, and then more recently with Nomicon and Kaiton. But I've seen a lot more on YouTube as of late, so I thought, alright, I can do something like that with drones. And since I don't have the creatures yet, and I have something else planned for the creatures, yeah, I'm kind of sad I don't have the creatures. I have literally every other G2 set, other than the 5 creatures. I have something planned for the creatures, though. So I wasn't going to use them. So I decided that I would do something with the protectors, since I hadn't yet. Lord of Skull Spiders is also never getting a drone, by the way. RIP. But, yeah, that's about it. I had a lot of fun building this guy. Okay, let me take that back. I did not have a lot of fun building this guy. There was a lot of trial and error on how I wanted to do things, and it took a long time. But the end result paid off. So, I'm happy about that. Anyways, Cyan Crocomire, out.